welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. We're working in our Garden Time paper dolls stuff today. So I want to catch you up on what I've done here, and we're going to do what I've done here over here in the other one, okay? So we've got our folio. Also, I've got another thing over here to show you, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so on this one, this one. That's the only way I can figure this one. I've done, I put some Velcro there. I did one of our little envelopes. Now these are in the kit, and pockets in the kit as well. You can make these little pockets. You don't have to have the pocket in the kit or the kit. You can do all these things with other, whatever you want to do it with. But I'm focusing on the Garden Time paper dolls right now because it's my newest kit, and it's pretty, and I like it, and, you know, all the things. So, got some of the little tags. I just backed them with, that's cardstock. Anyways, I backed them. I put them in the pocket. There's that. I didn't put anything in this yet, but you don't have to fill everything that's in the project. Sometimes you want to save something for somebody else to do, right? So on this is the closure part. So I put a belly band here. It's one of the bookmarks from the kit. And I used some of our freebies from our Friday freebie mini kit, you know, where I made the journal cards with the pocketed journal cards. I did that, put those in here because those were getting a little bit too full. So they go perfectly with this journal kit. And then, of course, the paper doll has to go in there, right? I mean, she's peeking out. Okay, so that's just the closure part, guys. Okay, let's go in here. I put a couple of little embellishments on our hinged page. Put a belly band here as well, and I have its little paper doll, also from the Friday freebie mini journal. Just the little embellishments, and loads more we can do to this, but just, you know, giving you some ideas. These are some of the paper doll. These are some of the journal cards and tags from the kit. And that's our signature. This is our little tip-in envelope. And I did put Velcro on there now, and I've got some journal cards in here now. There's a couple in there. So they fit great in there. This is one of the tall window tags, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, I thought it would go really great there, and just slide one of those in. Just super cute, super fun. I mean, gosh. And I put the big Velcro on here because it's going to need a little bit of something extra to hold it, you know, to hold it together, right? So far, that's what we've done here. Now, we're going to do all of this over in this one. Also, let me show you this. I've got this, this is in the kit. It's the slider belly band, right? And we'll put that together today. But I also, instead of making the closed up part on the top, I left that open. We always have to think outside the box, right? And then put a tall tag. This is just one of the background pages. There's plenty of writing space on there. There is. So, and then just put put that in there. The only thing different is that you have to put a backing behind your slider so that your tag doesn't get caught on things, right? Okay, so we're going to do that in a little bit. Let me move that to the side, and we'll get started on this. With that slider belly band, you're going to need a little bit of masking tape to do the top, and you need a piece of scrap to go behind your slider, okay? Other than that, it's all in the kit. Okay. Now, let's get started. Let's just do this stuff, right? Okay. Now we've got our pocket here, and I tried to get everything. I try, you know, the best laid plans of mice and women, but still, I try to be organized. Don't know what that's holding, but anyways. So we're going to start with our closure thingy here, and this, you know, it looks like this, except for it doesn't have that on it because, just saying. And you just cut it out, ink it up, and put a little, don't put glue there, but put it around through the sides, and then you close that up, put some tape on the back, makes a pocket. Makes a cute pocket, and it's a pocket that makes a pocket, right? So, just saying. Okay, see how it folds up here? You want to not put glue past that point, right? Because you don't want to seal up your envelope, okay? So, simple and easy, just a little bit, not a lot. Don't need a lot for this. It's just a teeny little envelope. And yep, just close it right up like so. And go in and, you know, double check that you didn't get glue inside there. Okay. Then that'll be ready. We're going to give it a minute. We'll put a little Velcro there. This one we're just going to stick right on here. I kind of put it to where it's going to be even-ish with that. Don't have to, but, you know, since that's there, I may as well use it for a guide, right? So, or in my little mind, that's how it works. Okay, we'll get our pocket on here. It's just fun to start putting these things together, and you go, I'm trying to center it. Now you could put it over to here, but you don't want to crowd that fold. So just try to center it as best as possible, as straight as possible. Yep. And then we'll, you know, we'll have it ready to put something pretty in. Because, you know, it's a pocket. We got to put something pretty in it. I've got lots of things made up. The freebies that we did for the Vintage Rose, Vintage Playtime, they will go in this little folio. They will. Pretty good. So, just saying. Pretty simple to do that. They're very mix and matchy. The Vintage Playtime is more in the house, and, you know, the paper dolls part of it is more in the house and winter time kind of thing. This paper doll set with the garden time is outside. Summertime, you know, or spring. Now, if you noticed, I pushed this over here so that we're not messing up our little spine, right? We want that to stay the way it is and not just crush it, right? Okay, so now we've got this. Let's go ahead and put this together. We're going to get our teeny little Velcros. As soon as I find one. And I'm going to just stick it right on the curve there. Right? And then get one of these. The Ruffy. I don't like these as good as I thought I would. I mean, I like them, but the Ruffy isn't clear. I do like the clear Ruffy. They do hold really, really well. I mean, seriously, you put that on there and it's hard to pull apart. So, just saying. Be warned and beware. Okay, so we're going to put our very, very thin, where'd I put it? Our little narrow tape. This is a 1/8 inch. You know I have a tape for everything, right? So we're going to do the sides and the bottom just to put it like so. And this is just cute, cute fun. you guys ever get to crafting and then just, I don't know, time runs away, it stops, it just becomes insignificant, in other words. Have you ever done that? I do that all the time. I go, whoa, I didn't know it was that late, or what, you know, it goes away. Okay, I do that though. Then I think, oh, I should get me some food, you know? It happens. Okay, so I'm going to try to center this about 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And that kind of gives me sort of 1/2 inch all the way around. So if that makes sense. You just have, you know, because you got that and that. You don't want to get too close to your fold because that's just going to make things difficult. Okay, so we're going to give that a minute. You've got the pocket in behind it, and then you've got the pocket, the envelope part of it, okay? Give it a little bit of this and that. Okay, we're not going to, you know, I didn't put a Velcro there. I'll do that later. Okay, so now what we're going to do is our belly band here. And I think I got this one. Let's see. Yes, I got the little girl in the wheelchair because that's sort of the theme with this one is that little girl, that little girl, that little girl, and these kids here. So there you go. So she's going to go there. And this one's going to go in behind here like I did the other one. Then this one is going to go in behind here. So now I've got them dispersed. Let's see if we can get them together. Oh, I didn't put my tape on there either. Breathe, you know. Okay, no biggie. Doesn't take but a sec to do this part. Probably didn't do the others then either. We'll see when we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, no worries. No worries at all. I think I'm enjoying these little bookmarks, making them into belly bands. I mean, they make really cute little bookmarks, and I plan on giving some of them as gifts and such. Because you can, you know, you can put a tassel on the top and do the whole thing and make them really, really pretty. And I plan on keeping one of these for me because, you know, the little girl in the wheelchair. It's a thing. So, I put her in there as a nod to myself, I guess. Because, you know, the wheelchair. I had to do several things to make that. You know, I wish artists would think about that and make things that are... I had to do several things to put that together. You don't even want to get me started on that. I wish the illustrators that I use would think about that and make some cool looking wheelchairs. I'm just saying. And not make it so difficult for me to... You know what I had to do to find that little girl and to make her fit in the... like I said, you don't want to get me started. Oh my word. To get a kid in the... It's a thing. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this before I get started on ranting about trying to find things that'll go with your design, and then you have to do 10 things to them to get them. A lot of the kids that I used in these for the paper dolls were half a kid, and I'm like, that ain't right. Give me the whole kid, man. So I had to go and I had to work real hard. It's what I had to do. I did. I had to work real hard to get them to be what I wanted them to be. Okay, now, but I did it, and I think they turned out really well. I hope you guys like them, because that was a lot of work, and I really do like them. I think they're just cute as a button, and I love this kit. I may use it for years and years because, okay, I'm gonna try to center this. Make sure I'm getting to the top. It's just about the right exact height for, I mean, it's just almost too tall. And if you get file folders, snowflakes, remember, if you get yours and it's a little bit too tall, just trim off some of it's okay. You can trim off some of the top and the bottom, and you'll eventually get it whittled down to where it'll fit, right? So don't worry about if it's a little bit too long. Just trim it down. It'll be fine. Okay, now we're going to do this one. Isn't she just adorable, though? Now, she's the one I had to do several pieces to get her together. I hope nobody can tell, but I think she turned out really good. I'm just saying. In my mind and in my eyes, she turned out so darling and cute. Okay. Alrighty. That's another one I had to work so hard on. She was half a kid. I'm like, golly Bob. So I had to go find her some shoes and some legs. Had to make her dress big. Just don't get me started, like I said. I had to make her, just don't even. It's a thing. You wouldn't believe all the monkey tricks you have to do to get these things to work out. But then when it works out, you got them looking so cute and darling, you know, I mean, she's adorable. So then you go, oh, it's worth it. Even if it takes you half a day to get it done. Because some of them did take a half a day or longer to make them what I wanted them to be. Okay, again, we're going to center it as much as possible and hold it there. Don't move. And then we've got plenty of room to slide in the paper doll and the little freebie thingy, and you know, the whole thingy. Okay, now let's do some embellishing, huh? Let me put that away. Okay, we've got our puppies. We got a turtle there. Let's see what else we've got. We got our paper dolls because we've got lots of, you know, we've got her, we've got her, we've got her going the other way, but still we've got her. And then we've got those guys, and we got the turtle. There should be something else here. Am I missing something? Did it get pushed around or lost? Or I'll find it eventually. Anyways, we've got the two. There's the puppy here and the puppy here. So we've got those, and we've got the turtle. So I'm going to put one puppy, since I'll find another thing to put there. I've got the turtle. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to put the turtle there, and maybe this puppy here. Yeah. Now I have backed these, but I don't know that they would be great as paper dolls. I mean, you definitely could. But I just thought they would be super cute as embellishments, right? Okay. Get him on here, or her. Could be a her. I mean, you know. Yeah. And this one on there. Okay. Just a little something. Now, you could put something behind them to make them pop more. You could do a lot of things, right? But I think just a simple little, it's almost like you don't see it at first and then you see it. I like that kind of thing, you know? Okay, and on this one, we're going to put him here, and I'll find another. We've got lots of cutouts and things on our little Garden Friends page. I call it Garden Friends. The little animals and such. You could put a duck there. I mean, come on. There's lots of things you could put there. That little duck is cute on the page. Yep, it is. It's adorable. I'll give that a second to grab. I don't know. Yeah, I think with me sometimes I lose track of time because it just kind of melts away. Okay, now with her, I think I'm going to put her back here with this one. Let's see. Sticking out of there. And I've got, like I said, lots of, yep. These are just some cutouts from the kit. Lots and lots of things to work with. I wonder where I put those. I've got some more of these. I haven't got them finished yet, but I've got lots of them. So, we've got plenty of little tags and things, but I thought I would put, don't get anything too bulky. I've tried some of these things and they're a little bit too thick, you know, but that's okay. They'll go in the other one, the waterfall one, or on the, they'll go on the other one. So anyways, these things go really well in here, like so. Yep. So that's cute. Let's see, we want to get something to go behind here. We've got that, that's cute. And maybe I'll use one of the bigger tags. These little paper dolls are just darling, aren't they? They're adorable. Okay, let's see. This one. Oh, maybe I'll put this one in there because it's kind of got her on it up here. So we'll do that. And let's see. I've got loads of those, but I want to use them in that big pocket. I may just cut out some more of those larger window tags because I've got these that I printed out smaller, and those are cute, but I don't want to put them in a big pocket because, well, if I could show you what I'm talking about, right? I've got these little ones, and I always print things at different sizes, right? So, anyways, I've got lots and lots. I'll save it and put something in that. Maybe I'll do some more of those, you know, the bigger ones. Okay, so we've got that. Got that. Need something for this. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. We could do that one. Or we could do that one. She's not in this one anywhere, is she? That doesn't matter. I mean, you know, neither are these guys. But these go really well. So I might stick one of these in there. Like so. And then you have to kind of keep it not too bulky though. Like I said, you've got to, I'm just tempted to put this one in there. It's a whole different thing. For now, I'm going to put that there. Okay? And then, oh, I need one for here. I'll put one for there later. I need some of those that I've used in the other, you know, in the other journal. I'm going to have her sticking out here. But I'll put a either one of those big tags or one of those cards in there. Where am I going to put these guys? Oh, I know. I'm going to put them right there. Let them be peeking out like so. That works, right? Then I'll need to put Velcro, of course, but I don't need to do that on camera. So there you go. And Velcro on that. We've got our pockets. I'll put some things there, little things, paper dolls and such. I mean, come on. Super cute, right? Okay, let me get this other one and I'll show you how to put this together. Okay, that's our tag. For mine, now, on this, trim it the way you need it to. Your printer, my printer, different. Okay? I had to trim mine off just a little bit because I didn't want it coming over. But it's on the page like this, okay? So you just cut it out, trim out your inside. I give myself a lot of room on the inside. You can make it a smaller gap, whatever you want to do, okay? All right, now let's make this. For the slider part. Now I've already backed mine on some cardstock and I put some trim around the back. Okay, for this, what you're going to do, and I've shown how to do these before, so I'm just going to run through it real quick. And you want your creases to be really, really, really creased, okay? So fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, right? And then unfold it. And then on this, you want this to just kind of, you just push the top of it and it comes, hold that still, and it comes down and makes a T, right? Well, on camera, it's going to be a little awkward, but it makes a T, okay? That's what you want it to do. Okay. And now that you've got your, let me go ahead and crease that and that. Now that you've got that, you want to glue that, just this part together, not these. Glue these part together, okay? So you don't have to be real picky with this, you just need it glued down. Like so, and like so. Give it that second to grab, right? Okay. Then once you've got that glued together, that's what goes on the back. Make sure it doesn't matter which one's the top and the bottom. There's no reason. This matters, okay? So when you put this on the back, you want to put it in the center, right? And you want it to make sure that if you have a directional piece here, which all of these pieces are, make sure it's not got her sideways or skew-wampus in some way. I mean, it's okay, but you know, if you want her to be straight up and down, then, you know, make sure she's straight up and down when you put her on this, because if you don't, she won't be. Okay, so her head's here, and I'm going to put this on in the middle-ish so that it would have her head up straight, right? And if it's a little off, don't worry, it's fine. But try your best to get her with her head up straight, okay? Okay, now we've got this. That's what's going to go through here, okay? Like so. This one's already inked up. I haven't put the trim around it, but it is inked up. And then it's simply going to be like that, okay? Now, this one and this one might be a little bit long for what I need because I'm going to cover them. So I'm going to trim those a little bit shorter because I still want it to slide up and down, you know, once I put that on there. So I'm going to take about a 1/4 inch off. And that should do it. We'll see. We'll see. Now, if you're not putting a backing on yours, then you don't have to worry about this part, you know? Okay, I think that'll be fine. Okay, so this is what I want to show, not this. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to put this on here, and you have the vintage rose looking through instead of, you know, the white. You see what I mean? So I'm going to put our tape on this. And just right on the edge, so that we have coverage. Don't have to ink this or anything. Nobody's going to see the edges. They're just going to see a tiny bit in the middle. That's it. Just right in here. So, yeah, we're just going to do this, and it hides our, well, it covers over our slider, right? Because I'm going to take off the top, if I haven't already, to make it a pocket. Because why not? I'm just, you know, if you don't want to make a long, tall pocket to put a tall tag in, then you don't have to do this part. Just close it up and it'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to put this down here. Okay, let's get her secured in there. Now, you have to make sure this is open and, you know, all the things. And then once you put this on there, you're going to be doing fine. Here's my doohickey. I'll try to keep this in shot and be able to see it at the same time. That's a little hinky, but we'll see what I can do. I'm just getting the tape off, and then I'm going to put a little glue because, you know, it's what I do. And a lot of times the reason I put the glue is because if I put it down wrong, I can move it for a second or two. And, you know, I like to be able to maneuver it around. I'm just going to put it right on the edge because I don't want to squidge it in. Out's fine, I don't care. But in, you just don't want it to catch your slider. And I'll show you what I do to make sure that my slider is still moving freely, okay? Alright, so I'm going to make sure I'm covering everything, and you want to make sure your slider is both ways, you know, out, okay? Okay. Alright, now we're going to turn it over and make sure she still slides. Yes, buddy. Okay. Now, that's going to hold her really tight and secure in there because she's got that to, I don't know, is it like a sandwich? You know? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to close it up like so. But before I do, I want to trim this top part off because I don't want that there. If you're just, if you're making it just as a slider belly band, then you can use that to close it up. I'm not doing that. So let's trim this off. As straight-ish as possible, right? I may trim a little bit more of that off. Yeah, because I don't really want, well, it won't be seen. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, leave it alone. All right. I've got that one folded in. Now, the way to see where to trim this back to is fold this in and then fold that over, and you get whatever you need to trim off is there. I put them to the edge of the page when I did these so that there would be plenty enough and you could trim it off. So that was my thinking. Okay, so we're going to fold this up. just like so. And like I said, if you're not doing the pocket for it, just fold them both in, just like I did that one. Okay? Okay, let's go back with our little narrow tape. We're using this a lot today, huh? Okay, we're just going to do this. Sure we are. And then we're going to do this. Right down through there. Okay. Now, don't forget to squeeze your tape down really good. You want to have good adhesion on this, cause. Okay. This thing. Okay. And this one. Okay. Now we're just gonna make sure you get glue right to that edge. This edge, not that edge. You don't want to get glue squidging out in there so that you get your pocket closing up on you. You just don't want that. But you do want your edges down good. Okay? Alright. Get some stuff out of my way. And just press this down. Where's this? Now, give that a good, now you can see the little rosy background in there, and she still moves freely, awesomely awesome, and our pocket is still open, which is also awesomely awesome, okay? It's very open, so there you go. I'm going to go off camera and do the trim, and then we'll come back and put it in the waterfall journal signature. So I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. We've got it all trimmed up and everything. So I put the tape on it. So let's put it together. Well, let's put it in the journal. We've already put it together. Golly Bob. Okay, now. Let me take this off here. I kind of keep that on there so I can keep them, you know, kind of cinched up together, because I've got that signature in the middle, and I've got, you know, things, stuff and such. Okay. A little bit of glue to help the process, right? Yeah. Okay. Don't put it upside down. That's the next major step. Okay, so like on this one, I put it on the polka dot. I think they're mostly the same on these. But let's go ahead and see if we can get it in here straight-ish. Straight-ish. Okay. Straight-ish. And we'll find something pretty to put behind it. You know, because it is a belly band, but it's a pocketed sliding belly band. So is that cool or what? Oh, another thing is you have to make sure that you don't seal up your pocket with the glue and such that you just put it on there with, right? So also, if you wanted to know what size tag I did, it was 7.5 by 1.5 wide. So there you go. So we've got our belly bands. There's 2 in the kit. There's 3 of these sliders. So if you want to make more, you can use a different slider. The other slider's the little boy with the, you know, this guy. It's this guy. Okay. So anyways, that's our stuff for today. Is that cool or what? We've got a lot done. Just simple Sundays, simple crafting, just super easy. For me, the time just kind of melts away and we have all this pretty stuff going on. All of a sudden, it's just there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You don't have to have this kit, but if you do, thank you. If you have it, thank you very much. But yeah, just make something pretty. If you don't have the kit, use Stamperia or whatever cheapy scrapbook paper you can find. You can still use this, do the same designs that I'm using. You can still do that, okay? You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.